You know what? I've come to this crazy realization over the last, I would say, year and a half or so. It's kind of like a little bit after I first started getting like really serious with XRP was going about the decentralized landscape and things saying like they're decentralized, but in reality they're not. I mean, like in a lot of ways they are. Like they truly are decentralized, but people are people, and everything works around emotions. So who's to say that these groups of people and these groups of people will not co-opt together for financial gains? And they keep it on the hush hush. But logically, when you look at the data, it's completely decentralized. They don't own that much. They don't own that much. And maybe they have other like little side contracts with other people, right?
Hmm.
Like the the way things can be handled, or gatekeepers, for example, like the Coin Market Cap.
Hmm.
That website there apparently alters the data that they show on their website. I
Oh
don't know.
shit.
Yeah, I don't know 100% how accurate that is, but there's been a lot of people saying that, and usually when there's smoke, there's some sort of fire there.
There's
Um,
always some type of deviousness, man. There's like there's
or
always.
the exchanges themselves are gatekeepers. So then, for example, like Coinbase, the one of the things I don't like is that they tend to do their own like pump and dump scheme, and that's how they get to go. They go, okay, which one's nice? This one, okay. So they get to pick rather than the market actually saying, hey, can you listen to your customer base and like could you apply this? And everybody in the community is like wanting this, and they're like, no,
Mm-mm.
because they're looking at other things that are going to give them better profits. And I look at a lot of the coins on like on Coinbase, and I'm just like, these are cool like in concepts, but a lot of these concepts are gonna fail. Like a lot of companies and business in general fail.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is gonna be the next bubble that they say.
Mm-hmm.
So, like from when we first started in the 90s, and they had the dot-com bubble, so many people were trying to build up companies there, and then, whew, how many only survived? Only a handful out of
Mm-hmm.
those.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how it is.
Yeah, it's kind of just a vicious cycle of things. That's how it works, in the macro perspective, you know. There's certain companies that they're gonna allow to exist. Um, back to the control part. Like I really, there's no this. It's kind of hard to avoid the control part, because like you say, like some of these things appear to be decentralized, but they're really not. Um, Ultimately, there are some coins, well, a coin, but I don't even like to mention it too much because I want to keep it preserved. you know,
Mhm.
that that does a really good effort in keeping things decentralized and encrypted, it scrambles stuff and all that shit. And the main public is like against it. But still, you never know if that could be backdoored also. you know.
I mean, a lot of times, there's this good guy, or there's a popular guy named Richard Hart. He is building this thing called Pulse Chain. He currently has a coin out called Hex. Um, and
Oh,
he
I
has
heard
some
about
pretty
this guy.
good interviews that you should check out sometime, where
Huh?
he kind of goes in on like the aspect of the backdoor possibility, where it's like everybody who's got um, an interest into something that they're building
Mm-hmm.
going to have some sort of control mechanisms to control whatever they're building. So you pointed out to one example of a thing called the DAO. which was apparently had this major hack or some sort of thing that happened and lost a lot of money. And the only thing that stopped it from really, from my understanding from that, was a human operator. That so it's like, okay, so even though you have um, like these control systems that are in place, it's a, I don't know how to explain it, but so some fishy was basically happening with that, and that was one of the examples. So, yeah.
Like, there's nowhere safe. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, right? Like, there's nowhere safe when it comes to keeping your money.
Well, see, that might be true, but nothing's really safe.
Yeah, everything's risky.
Yeah, everything. So at the same time, it's like, do we just live in fear, or do we just have the better knowledge and understanding of it, and then apply methods to at least help counteract some of it? Like, everyone bitches about, you know, XRP being that banker coin, and they keep saying it's centralized because of the escrow that they hold. Well, fine, sure. If you want to say that the coin is centralized in the sense of the supply, yes. If you want to say it's centralized because of the technology aspect, then you're false, because the actual underlying technology is decentralized. So that's where the people have like these confusing things. But the part that they don't like is that Ripple has this escrow, and it's controlling a lot of the supply. So they don't really like that. My whole thing is, well, if they have it, they at least have better guidance, I guess, on how they should regulate it without overinflating, or I mean, they could technically, but like they have more control on how they want to do their policy around it, I think. And I don't even know where I'm going with. I'm a little high for this, but
Nah, you're good, bro. I'm following, because you know that's what it seems like the court, you know, the court hearings is about. They hating on the escrow, so it seems like the only solution is to merge with the government, you know.
yeah. Oh yeah, the fear, the centralization. Oh, here, that was my original point. So like, I just said, well, fine, let them have it. I know that, so then I can at least take my position of security, and then when I start getting those levels of security off of their program that they want to introduce here to the world, then I can then leverage that into whatever value that I need it to be. And then I'm just using their thing against them in a sense that they didn't really expect. Because they're not really telling anybody about this. They keep it really low. I mean, you just have to look at the documents. That's about it. Nobody wants to read. Nobody
wants to read. People just look at paper. They don't read it. They don't read the letters and the words in it.